Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Jonah. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Shanice, the host of, oh gosh, the host of Don't Blame Shar, where we deep dive into the world of reality competition shows. How are you doing today after competing and potentially watching it all air?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was a little stressed watching it last night, but like I was just on TV. What do I have to complain about? I'm feeling great.
Yeah, so just to follow up, what aspects of this experience did you find most surprising or unexpected?
Um, I wasn't expecting it to be as much of a pressure cooker as it was. Like that whole environment, you get in there and like it's long days on the bus and long days with no privacy, nowhere to go to even just talk to someone one on one. That was definitely, I mean, I kind of knew that was going to be part of it, but I didn't realize how much of the game was going to be us sitting on a bus talking to each other.
Yeah, and just to even follow up on that, in the first episode, you appear to have such a strong grasp on the location just from the clue involving the coin. Were there specific challenges during the second episode that made it appear more difficult to perform as well?
Yeah, well, I think in the second challenge, or the one where we went into the cabin or chalet or whatever, that was tough for me because that was, I mean, yeah, there were clues to be found in there, but it was 100% a psychological, like social game. I mean, the ringing of the bells, it was like it was a rote game. Like you go in and all you have to do is memorize. That's not hard. It's the choosing who goes in and stays out that stressed me out so bad because I didn't want to have to do that. I wanted to play as kindly as I could, and it kind of made it so you had to be cutthroat right there.
Yeah, could you take us just through those specific moments where it was a little cutthroat and share what was going on through your mind at that time?
Yeah, well, going into the game, I knew I was gonna have to be true to myself. I'm not someone who's cutthroat or someone who's willing to backstab people. And I knew that going in, it was difficult from day one trying to find my footing as a person like that because everyone else there was willing to deceive and to lie. And how do I win this game? How do I move forward in this game without doing that? What is my place in this game? And I was trying to avoid getting wrapped up in drama surrounding that or getting caught up in situations that would require me to do that. And then all of a sudden, the game itself is saying you have to choose someone to go into the map room. You have to put yourself first. And that was really difficult for me because that was something I was doing everything in my power to avoid.
Yeah, so it sounds like you were more so staying true to yourself and sort of the, I guess, values that you came into the game holding and wanting to uphold those while you're on television, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, that was priority number one for me. I would rather lose as myself than win as someone I don't recognize, you know?
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. Additionally, knowing what you know now about the location and the clues, would you approach that part of the challenge differently if given a second chance?
I don't think so. I think I would do it exactly the way I'm proud of the way I played. I might not have won, but I was never anyone but myself, and I would have it no other way. You know, I would not want to change a single thing about the way I played the game.
Yeah, so then going into my next question, we noticed that you do have a background a little bit in traveling. Did that sort of influence your strategy or approach on the show?
I was hoping it would be more of a help. I was hoping I did a lot of traveling through Asia, which is just not where if we had been in Asia, I would have dominated. I'm I'm pretty good. I know where things are there. I will say the one advantage that all my traveling gave me is that I've done a lot of like hosteling and sleeping and staying in places that were rather uncomfortable. So adjusting to bus life in that aspect, well, I was used to like I was like I can do this like easy peasy. I'm sleeping in a room with 12 other people. Done that before, easy.
That's good to hear. Now, you did say you wouldn't change any moments, but in sort of reflecting on your time in the competition, was there anything that you really enjoyed and would love to do maybe again in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little sad that I didn't get to see some of the places. Like, I would have loved to see Rome, you know, like it was right outside. And I'd love to go up into the mountains again. I'd love to just actually go to those places we were at and actually see them. That'd be great. And honestly, I love the idea of just meeting a bunch of strangers. I love doing that kind of stuff. It's part of the reason I loved hosteling. There's something that's so invigorating about introducing yourself to new people and getting to know them, and especially people from all sorts of different backgrounds with all different sorts of personalities. I mean, that's the stuff of life right there. That's something I live for.
Yeah, and also just in how you mentioned your strategy, are you potentially a fan of any other competition reality television shows?
Honestly, I really don't watch reality TV at all, which I know is crazy coming from someone who is just on TV. But I've like seen some Survivor, some Amazing Race, but that's like the extent of my reality TV knowledge.
So like more like competition reality, which is what we cover.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are your plans moving forward now that your time on the show has concluded and it's aired?
Well, if another show comes my way, I would absolutely do it. But right now, I'm focusing kind of on getting a career started. I'm trying to be an author. That's my dream. And I've got my fingers crossed that I'll get published or get a literary agent at least. That's what I'm working towards right now. If you're a literary agent watching this, hit me up.
And was there anyone particularly in the game that is still in the game currently airing that you're rooting for or you made a bond with that we might not have seen on screen?
Yeah, my girl Rachel. I'm hoping she makes it to the end. I love Rachel. She is very sweet, very kind. And I'm absolutely rooting for her.
Absolutely. Now, in one of our final questions, what advice would you offer to individuals considering participating in a reality competition show like Destination X?
Yeah, I guess the advice I have is for anyone who would do it that's kind of like me, that wants to go in and be very straightforward and honest, and you don't want to lie or backstab. You got to be, I think you got to be confident in that. You got to own that. I was a little too quiet, maybe a little too reserved, and I think everyone knew how I was playing the game, but like I didn't own it the way I should have. I think I needed to assert myself as like, this is how I'm playing the game. Whether you like it or not, this is how I'm going to do it. If you don't trust me because of that, if you don't want to work with me because of that, that's fine. But I think establishing myself that way might have drawn people into my game a little bit more and helped me carve my path rather than being more passive. So if you're going to do it like I did, own it, really own it.
Yeah, and then our final question will be, what was your favorite part of being a part of the competition reality television world now?
My favorite part, I mean, the people were just so amazing. I mean, I love each and every person from this cast. I loved the crew that was there. They had a whole welfare team. I love every single person from there. Just a really great experience with humanity, I guess. Just a really amazing time, and obviously the adventure of it all. Going to get to see the Alps and see Switzerland, that was just amazing. And I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jonah, today for joining me, and we really appreciate it. We're also wishing you the best on all your future endeavors. We hope you get the literary agent. So yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a great day.
You too.